Okay, so in last class we learned about like how we will install the Node.js first, okay, and after that how we can install create React app globally and we can create that project. So we'll follow one more time the same step. So first of all we will go to the nodejs.org, the official site of Node.js. You can directly search also Node.js. So either you can download the LTS version or latest current version. Okay, so once you install Node.js, first of all, you have to install npm create react app. I will share this command. Yesterday I didn't share. Okay, so npm install g hi create react app. We have to install first it globally, so it will available globally in your system. Then we will create our project with the help of npx. So then you will go and check over here. So npx create react app my app. Okay, so this is the command. After that, whatever the project name you want to give, okay, either you can to give my app or some user project or something, whatever the name of your project, you can give it over here. Okay, so you can do it that. You can do it by npm also. So there is a command called npm init, and after that you can also do. But better if you use npx, it will get all the dependencies, all the boilerplate ready to use. So just follow this one npx create react app. So we did first we install this npx create react app, and then we have created a project called, yes, you can see my app, npx create react app and my app. Same thing I have given, but I have already created. Cool. Okay, so once you created that, so you will, what you will do, you will go in that directory. First you will do ls, right? If you do ls, or if you're on window, just press dir. So we'll get all the directories, right? So in your c folder where your user, and inside the username you will get this many project you want, right? So which project you have created, my underscore name. So you have to go inside this folder. So let's cd my app. Okay, so now we can check. Now we are in my app. Got it? Then I will do code space dot. So it will open code space dot will open this folder in VS Code. So let's do this. So now you can see this is already open. So yeah. Okay. After that, what you can do? There is a command called npm start to run this project. Okay. So we'll do that first. npm start. Cool. So it will take some time. Basically, it's React script is just starting that. Okay. So meanwhile, we'll check few of the things. Okay. So in JavaScript, right? Suppose you have to create a variable. Listen very carefully. This is more important in the React also. Suppose you have to create one variable. So how you will create some variable? Suppose you have to create a variable called name. So how you will do that? So there is a way of writing this. First, you have to give var name is equal to something. NK I'm saying, right? Or else there are other way. Let name 1 is equal to pk. Okay, or there is one more way, const name 2 is equal to ck, something we can say. So these are the three way you can create the name. We have some differences. Okay. uh, there is a difference between let, where, and const. Even this is the interview question. Okay, going forward. See, so we'll go through each and every lines. But as of now, we'll know how to uh, define variable first. Okay, how to use it. These all things first. Okay, so there are three ways we can define any variable. One is where, and then variable name and value. One is let, variable name and value. Okay, and one is const, variable name and value. The only differences are we can change the value of these two. If you are giving that const variable name with const, then you cannot change the value of const to. So you can check if you just try to change the value of name to, right, name to equal to dk. Okay, now you will run, right. So this will give error. Assignment to constant variable means you cannot assign variable which is constant, const. Okay, got it. So we cannot reassign the value. Yeah, here we can reassign, here also we can reassign. So whenever we feel like, okay, this value we can't change, so that time only we will use const. Otherwise we will use let and where. So mostly we will use let and where as of now. Will going forward we will uh, go through all the differentiation, why we use and where we use this. Okay, so as of now we will use this. Okay, so this is the variable how we will do. Other thing is a function. Let's create one function to add two number. Okay, to add two number. So I'll do function name sum. Okay, function name sum that will return return 2 plus 3. So first you have, this is a function, right? Function you have created, then you have to call the function also. Sure, there is a functionality called like watch YouTube, right? There is in your phone, right? Even make a call, there is a functionality to make a call, but you have to call this function, right? Make a call, you have to call someone, right? Functionality are there. So the same thing, you have created one function, but you have to execute it, you have to call it. Okay, so now this is the function uh, we have defined, and here we are using. Okay, the same name function we were using. So now we will do, you can see 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Okay, but sometime people will think, no, this is the hard coded thing, like you have all, every time it will give 2 and 3 is equal to 5. We want the function like we can pass any kind of variable, it will sum it. So I will give here a and b. Okay, so here a plus b, right? Here a plus b. So like whatever the thing, two number you will send, it will add that same thing. So I'm sending 4 and 5. Okay, I'm sending 4 and 5. So here if it will take a is equal to 4, b is equal to 5, and it will return a and plus b is equal to 9. So let's check this. Okay, correct. At least we know what the function is, right? Anyone? Divakar, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so at least we can understand like what the function is, how we can define variable, the basic thing to start with. Okay, so there is one way of writing this function. Even the same thing you can do like that. Some you can define the some variable or something, and you can also do sum is equal to this. Cool. No need of using this function syntax. Directly you can use like let var and const let something is equal to you can give, or else directly you can give this also. Okay. So this is called arrow function. This is called arrow function. This is called an MS function or normal function, and this is called arrow function. Cool. Like you want to get the sum of this detail. Okay, you can do let to add const. You can do that also. Okay, now here just keep it that, and directly you can call it a comma b. Here make it multi, right? Just return this, return a into b. Cool. 2 into 3. See what it's returning? 6, right? It's returning 6. So that there is one way of calling the function with function syntax. So if you are using the function, this arrow bracket will not come. This means equal to and greater than things will not come. It's look like arrow. That's why the name of this function is arrow or fat arrow function. This is the normal function. Okay. So for today, we'll learn about that variable and the function. Cool. So now we will use these two here. See, you can see this is also a function, right? This is a function. The started the function app, the function parenthesis bracket, inside that there is a return. Inside the return we were returning that HTML things. Either you can return 2 plus 3 also, doesn't matter. Here a requirement is we have to return the HTML syntaxes, right? HTML tags. So we were returning this, but function is the same. Okay, after that function you are exporting that. Cool. So yesterday we have created this. So we removed that there was some what do you say, some header section over there that was running over here, and it was like default in React app. So we remove that, we have been given this. Okay. Okay. So now we'll create one, like to yesterday we have created one component, and how to use it we did. So again we'll check the same things. So we have created one file inside the app.js. Okay. Inside, sorry, inside the src. So let's create one more thing. Do something called a study, study dot js. Okay, this is that the blank page. Now we have to convert into the component. See, React is all about component. Everything in React is component. Okay, so here you can see app is also a component, new layout is also component, and a study is also component. Okay, so now what we will do, we'll import React first. Import React from React. Okay, after that we'll create const, or else direct you can do it like function also. Okay, either otherwise let's create a function first, study. Okay, after that function, you have to define the function like this, then you return this. First export this, export default study. Cool. Now here return whatever the thing you want to return, just to return it. Okay, so here we are going to return some div. Okay, so here we have written some div. Inside that we can say this is which page? Study page, right? Cool. So as we discussed yesterday, suppose you have to create something, right? You are doing some business. So first you will buy some raw material. Okay. Then you will create that component and whatever the things you are working on, then you will create first. You will make it. After that, you will export this. Cool. You will export this. There are three ways. One, you have to import the raw material. You will convert into the product. Then you will export. And once you will export, then wherever the people want to use, they can use it. So how they can use it? First, they will import. They will import your product, right? Suppose you uh, created a toy. Okay. So you took like a raw material from Thailand, right? There is like shoes or toys material available in Thailand. So you import it from there. You manufacture in like somewhere in industrial area in Delhi or nearby somewhere. Then you are exporting to other country. So how other country will use it? You did till here. You did till here. Imported the raw material, created a component or product, and then you have exported this. Then other people will, how the other people will use? First, they will import this, right? If they want to use a study, they will import it. Import study from a study, or else you can do it directly also. And here you will use. Wherever you want to use, you can use it as per your requirement. But as of now, study slash. Okay. So you can clearly see these are the normal JSX or HTML. These are the component. Okay. Cool. Now we will check where it's running our page. Hopefully, oh, okay, it's not a started, starting the application, but now it's a starting, right? So we can check localhost 3000. This is a study page is coming over here. This is new layout page is coming over here. So you can check if we give this thing directly over here. See, this is a study page. If I give directly over here, let's see, give after this. Okay, this will also work. This is a study page coming from component. This is coming from directly be used. So why we are segregating this whole thing in component? Directly we can use over here, right? Even this new layout page, inside that what they were doing? Something div this. We can directly do here also. Why we are doing creating a different component? Okay. So what will happen? The answer for this is, see, this is our a small project, right? As of now, just we did this is a study page or this is layout page, but going forward this will have become a big featured things, right? Component. So that time manage in a same page is quite difficult. So what we will do, we will break this. We will follow the atomic structure and we will break this as a component. We will create a multiple component, so it will managing the component will be easy. So as of now we can say, okay, like suppose that there is a 500 line of code. This one has around 600 line of code. If we don't use this as a component, different component, all 500 and 600, and this one also have the 500, around 1600 code will be here. So managing this code is very difficult. You have to check, oh my god, 1600 code. So better, even the performance will also affected. We will discuss the performance another thing later. As of now we have to think about our problem only, because as of now we will learn that, then we will once you will learn it, then you will improve it, right? So that's why we have created different project, different component. Okay. So now you know the purpose of creating different component. Okay. So as of now we will for today only we'll create 2 3 components only. We will at least be comfortable to creating a component, we'll comfortable to creating and importing a component. So now you can see we have created 2 component. One is new layout, another is studying. Okay, the question came here. So every time we will create a component, we'll use in app.js. this question come in our mind, right? Suppose we have created a study.js, okay, and we are using an app.js. So every time suppose we will create a component, we'll use an app.js. So no, it's nothing like that. So wherever the requirement of this is, see, these are the main app. These are the main app. So we have to connect at least one file. Like there is a yeah, there is a page. Inside that there is a header, footer, landing page, middle section, about page, these all things. So first of all, we have to create one component like home page. We will import over here. Inside the home page, we will import like header section, footer section, this all thing. We will do it over there. Got it? So it's not necessary to do it over here. Suppose I want to use some component over here. Like let's create some list.js karke. One things we will create. Let's create list.js. Cool. Now, first what we will do, import React. Okay. Here we will use arrow function. What we will use? Arrow function. These all are normal function. Even this one is normal function. Here I am going to use arrow function, so you will be comfortable with both. Const, you can give var let all. So this component is not going to change. We are not going to define other component with the same name. So we have given const list. So every time while creating a component, we'll keep this first letter of the component will capital. Okay. Then this, see, we'll do the arrow function. Cool. Other things are same. Return. Okay. Inside that, we'll give one div. Cool. Here we can give h1, h3, something we can give, or else directly we can give this is list page. Okay, so now you have imported this React. You have created the component called list. After that, you have to export it. There are three sections: export, default, list. Cool. Okay, so we have created the component. How we have created? We have first imported this, then we created the list component, then we were exporting this list. Okay, so now I want to use this here. Okay, so what I will do, I will import this list in new layout page. So either do it directly, if you do right, if the options suggestions came, if you do, it will automatically imported over here, or else you can do it manual. Okay, cool. See, you can use this list over here. So if you go somewhere, it will show this is list page. Okay. So as of now, we will not able to distinguish like which component in which section because of this text only. Going forward, we will able to do. Okay, so the focus on here only. So we can use this component over here. Even we can use same component in multiple places. Here also we can use. Okay, cool. So here also we can use like this list component will are going to use inside that study.js. So we'll what we will do, we'll import this list. So either do it by yourself, import list from, then dot list. Okay, so you can see the first one coming as a suggestion, so you will click on that, so it will directly import it over here. So, okay, but try to do it by yourself, so don't use the shortcut as of now. Okay, so now even we will use same component here also. You can see this is list page coming in a study also, and layout also. Cool. So it's not like that every time while creating the component, we'll use only in app.js. Wherever it's required, we will use it. Depend on this. Even some of the component will be the reusable. We will use multiple places. Like this is the list component. We are suppose this list component can adjust anywhere, or we have written in such manner that we can use or reuse this. So we will reuse here also, here also. Cool. So we can do it. Okay. Now there is one more thing. Let's go to the list, or let's go to the study. We have imported two things. We have imported React from React. We have imported list from list. We are importing two things, but a style of importing is little different. Here we are using import React directly from React. Here we are importing list from dot slash list. What is difference between these two? So if you see like this is importing from directly, right? React from React. So this will be a library. This is coming from library, and it's already installed in our project. It is available in our project. So you will go and check in packet.json. So you can see React is there. Dependencies, right? Dependencies you can check. React is there. Okay. So that's why these are the library, and directly we are using. It's already present in packet.json, and so that's why we can directly use React.js here. Import React from React. Okay. So you can see. Okay. So there will be some folder called React or something, some of the dependencies. So you will go and check in the node module. It's provide you the all the required. See, you will go and check all the relevant things, right? See, React DOM, React, whatever the things you want. Even the simple React is also there. So we are using these things. Cool. Inside there are multiple things, but these are the package managed by the Node.js. They were giving for uh, managing all the module here. So this is available. It's somewhere it is available, but we do not touch that node module. So what will happen? There is a dependencies called React.js, React DOM, these all things. So when you install it, right, npm install, it will create all the package, all the dependent package of this in one places that called npm, and they will a module as a node module. Okay. Okay, so you can check the differences. If you check like this, like there is no dot slash means this is a library. Okay, now you can check from where it's coming. User Sunu my app node module type React indexes. Okay, it's coming from there. But if you go here, it is coming from user Sunu my list src inside the list. Inside the src there is a list. It's coming from here only. Cool. So if you find this kind of things, so you will easily understand this is library, this is some component, or somewhere it's coming from. Okay, then you have created the component and you are exporting it. Okay, and based on your requirement, based on your product and nature, you can use it. Like I want to use this list in here, and we want to use this main component over here. Cool. Okay, so even I will create one more component for the learning purpose only. So at least we will get some confidence to creating component only. We know these are the very basic, but we want to make it perfect. Okay. So again, I'm going to create one component called test.js. Cool. So what we will do? Import React from React. If you didn't even import React, it will work. But I want to like do some practices, like okay, whenever it's required, like when going for a we will use the state and all thing, that time it will be helpful. Okay, then either you can do class component uh, or a functional. So here we are doing the class functional component. Even in functional we can write a component as two way. One is normal function we can use as we are using over here function app, like we did for here also the same function app, or else you can use like list. How we will do const list and arrow function. Cool. Okay, so it's up to you which one you want to use, but I'll prefer do arrow function. So const, what is the name of this component? Test equal to do this and then this. Okay, now return. Cool. Give down some text. Here we will give this is test page. Cool. Okay, so let's revision from yesterday also. So if you give one more div, what will happen? So inside one return, you cannot use two parents. There should be one wrapper. You have to keep all the things in one wrapper. So if you give two divs, so there is two wrapper. One is this, one is this. So here we are breaking the JSX rule. So if you hover over here, so you can check JSX expression must have one parent element. Means we have to wrap all these two in one parent element. Either we can do it here inside that, okay, or else if you simply find this kind of issue, put one more div or normal this. Okay, cool. You have to do like this also. Okay, so now we have created this component. You imported the React. You have created this component. Now we have to export it. If you want to export put in market, right? If you want to like people know about this, people want to use, then you have to export it. So export default test. Okay, cool. Now we'll save it. Okay, so now our component is ready to use. It's exported. If some other people want to use, just import it, just buy it and use it. Okay. So now we'll go to the any component called here, where it's required, we will do that. So let's create over here only. So now first we will import it and then we will use it. Here we were importing it. Here we were using it. Okay. So now it will import automatically. So we'll do test. So some suggestion came. If you press enter, it will automatically import and we will use it over here. So now we can see this is test page is coming, right? So at least we can check how we can create a component, how we can use it. Okay, so let's so yesterday some of the students were facing issue to add bootstrap over here, right? So these are the in public, right? Public folder. There are three folder. One is node module. You didn't have to touch it. Okay, and if we can even delete this node module sometime, some cache issue or some other issue, then we can delete this node module and we can create the fresh one. Okay, so we'll check in other classes. Okay, so now we have the public and src. So src, these all things we were writing over here. The public thing we want to add bootstrap. There is a way of using the bootstrap also, different way, but as of now we'll use the full cdn only. Okay. Okay. If someone will ask what is CDN, so what you will say? What is CDN? Anyone? Okay, this is content delivery network. Will come on this, but as of now, this one is enough. So now we can use these two. See, there is a way called install this also by npm. You can do it by this also. Okay, but as of now, we'll use this. Here there is a node module, right? Node module package. So what you have to do, just go here, okay? Just go here, say here, and use this npm this something, whatever the things they have given, just copy it and use it like that. What will take it in going forward and next project. Here we will use this only. Okay, now we will use this is our css main dot css, and we'll import one more thing. This is a bundle of all the things, like here all the JS things, proper.js and other things are bundled in one only. So it's good. Sorry. Cool. Okay. Just save it. So now we can see, hopefully, first we have to start this because we close this again. So let's start that. Just refresh it. Cool. So now if we want to use some bootstrap classes, right? So let's go in list, create it as a list. So what we will use, class name equal to dflex. Dflex means display flex, bc primary, cool, t3. Let's see how it's look like. Yeah, so now we can see all the bootstrap classes we can use directly. Okay, you can use text white, full text white. Okay, even you can use, okay, I do not want some, I want some gap. Let's do it anywhere. You can do. Cool, it's coming. You want to use container, other thing, you want to use row column, we will use it free. Okay, so now yesterday we will know about, like, learn about how we can use variable, how we can define variable, how we use variable, and other thing also, like what is array, what an object, how we can work with array and object. Okay, so hopefully I will share, but nothing to share over here. Simple components are there. Okay, so just create a component. First install this node.js, then install react, create react app globally, then create a component. Inside that you can create a component like this. If you're not, if you're facing any issue, go through the video, I will upload the video, or else you can ping me on my WhatsApp number, I will help you out. Okay.